Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the week of Paletteopoly. This is the second look that I'm doing this week using just the Paletteopoly palette. This look was rather highly requested by several of my subscribers, so if you've been waiting patiently, thank you. If you guys are new here, hello, my name is Rachel. I am a homeschooling stay-at-home mom. I really enjoy playing with colorful eyeshadow and I try to upload several videos every week. It's all eyeshadow related content, tags, get ready with me, tutorials, it's all eyeshadow. I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing if you like this video. Okay guys, let's get going. I've primed my eyes already. I used the Glamlight Icing Primer. Everything that I'm using is mentioned down below in the description box. If it's available, it's linked. Today we're using the entire green row. It's a pretty simple look, honestly. It's not complicated at all. So let's get going. I'm going to start in the shade Ninja Turtle. Did you guys watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when you were kids? That is definitely my era. I was born in '87. I mean, we didn't watch a lot of cartoons. Honestly, we didn't watch a lot of kids shows. For most of my childhood, we got two television channels, at least until we were a little bit older. We got PBS and we got Fox. So from Fox, we watched The Simpsons, Family Guy, King of the Hill. What was that spaceship one? Futurama. Those were the things that we'd watch on Fox. And then more often than not, we watched PBS. So all the British television. I grew up with Fawlty Towers, Monty Python. My mom would watch EastEnders at nighttime. Isn't this a great color? I think it's pretty aptly named, Ninja Turtles. I don't remember what channel we got the Ninja Turtles on. I don't remember. Like, we didn't spend a lot of time watching TV. In fact, I do remember clearly that the TV was never on as background noise. I know some people grew up or... Oh, my husband's alarm is going off. It's 5 o'clock in the morning right now, and his alarm is coming through the baby monitor. Let me go turn that down. Okay, sorry about that. I know some people either grew up or now as adults, they have the TV on in the background. Sometimes it's just nice to hear voices or music or conversation. I did not grow up like that. My parents did, or my mom did anyway, but we did not. If the TV was on, you were watching it. And I even struggle to this day. If we're in a restaurant, you know, there are often TVs all over restaurants, especially if you're towards the bar area. I have trouble sitting in a restaurant and not looking at the TVs that are near me, because if the TV was on, we were sitting in front of it enjoying the show. And besides that, the TV was not on. So that wasn't part of my childhood where there was just background noise from the television. Dad would come home, we'd have supper, and then usually we would have TV in the evenings. Although I'm sure that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were not in the evening, so there must have been exceptions to that. I'm loving this color. I'm not loving how it's picking up on this brush. I think the brush is too dense. I've been using my Blend Bunny brushes a lot, and that one was not a Blend Bunny brush. And I think I do really prefer these. By the way, my Blend Bunny brushes are also linked below in the description box. I'm going to take the shade As If on a looser blending brush. I think I'll hit these edges a bit, and then I might re-intensify that murky, swampy Ninja Turtle green. I believe that this green look was the second time I played in this Paletteopoly palette. I love greens. Green is my favorite color. It's official. I'm running this through pretty much my whole crease area. Just using it to softly work out the edges of the Ninja Turtle color. And then I think I'll go back into Ninja Turtle with a smaller and now denser blending brush. It's just a little bit denser. This is a Blend Bunny B4. Back into Ninja Turtle. I do want that green to be more intense. My husband's alarm is still going off. Do you know why that's funny? It's funny because last night I was setting my alarm and he said very politely, he goes, "Could you not?" Because I'm up several times a night with the baby, nursing her, and I often don't hear my alarm in the mornings. I said it with every good intention, but if I don't hear it, he usually does, and he gets up and turns it off. And I say, "Well, why don't you wake me up?" And he's like, "Because I know you're up with the baby and you're tired." I'm like, "All right, fine. Be reasonable, be considerate, see if I care." Now, I will admit, that is more often than not. Because I'm up with the baby. This morning I was up at 4:30 nursing her, and I'm like, you know what? I actually rested well last night. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do some eyeshadow. And now I'm downstairs doing my eyeshadow and he's upstairs sleeping through his alarm. Now with another tighter, smaller brush, this is the B2, I'm going into the shade Grungy. So this shade is spelled Grungey. To my knowledge, the word grungy is spelled without the EY. It's Grungy. I looked it up. And if you're talking about grunge, like a grungy color, then it would not have the EY, it would just be Y. But Urban Dictionary says that there is another meaning to the word when it is spelled EY. We'll just say it's not the most wholesome of definitions. And given that this palette is very, 80s, 90s themed, the theme of this palette is nothing that would be inappropriate or questionable. My guess would be that it's more towards a misspelling, like they used the wrong spelling of the word, if Urban Dictionary is to be trusted anyway. I don't know. I think I'm just going to carry those colors through. So I'll start with As If. When I've laid that about halfway through, I will go back into Ninja Turtle and put it on the rest of the lower lash line. I never thought I looked good in green. I always thought, my entire childhood and even early adult years, I thought that I looked good in blue or purple, or even a couple other colors maybe, but I never looked good in green. And I thought my sister, green is her color. But now, I think that I look decent in green. It really does matter what shades I pick, just like for her, just like for anyone. It matters what shades and tones and undertones you're using, because it has to work with your skin tone and not be fighting it. So for me, I usually avoid the yellow-based greens. Now, this shade Ninja Turtle is kind of on the edge of that. It is quite yellow, but it also has a lot of green in it. If you think about the greens in the Hella palette from Udensai and Angelica Nyquist, there are a couple really yellow-based greeny brown shades which are more yellowy and more swampy. This one's a bit more lime, and it's a very distinct difference, but I think I can pull off these shades better than the ones in the Hella palette, at least as far as the greens go. So it's interesting, I spent so much of my life avoiding green, but honestly, green is my favorite color now, and I don't avoid it anymore. I'm just careful about which shades I choose. And you know what? End of the day, maybe this is not the most flattering color on me, but I like it, and it makes me smile, and it makes me happy. So that has more value than whether or not I look good in it. Okay, let's dive into some shimmers. This is a flat brush, and first I'm going to take the shade Slime, and I'm going to load up my brush and then spray it. The shimmers in this palette remind me a lot of Glam Light. They're just really smooth and creamy. This is Slime, and I'm going to put this on the center of my lid, and I'm going to leave the inner third open. And because I like to angle my eyeshadows like this, I usually pull the colors a little bit further in at the lash line, and then I angle them up and out. So I'm overlapping Slime onto the edge of the mattes, and once it's laid down nicely, I'll go back in with one of my blending brushes. It doesn't really matter which one, and I'll just, no additional product, tap the edges where the two formulas meet to help merge them seamlessly. And now with that flat brush, I will go into the shade Scrunchy, which is the yellow shimmer, which is possibly my favorite color in the palette, honestly. It's so fun, bright, pretty. It's bright enough and light enough that I could use it as an inner corner highlight. It's really vibrant. It's a lot of fun. I'll spray this as well. Scrunchy I'm going to place at my inner corner and work it into the green shimmer. This is a very buildable shadow. What I usually do is I'll place it and just blend it in, and then I'll dip back into the pan, load up my brush again, and then intensify it. And it merges so beautifully into that green shimmer. In my original look, I used two colors in the waterline. I put this buttery yellow color at my inner corner, and then I put a darker green in my outer corner. But today, I think I want to do something a little different. I think I want to do a pop of color, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do orange, which would obviously match, or maybe blue. Blue would be funky because the orange works so easily with the greens and the yellows, but blue is going to be a contrast. Now, blue also works really well with green and yellow. I just think it'll contrast more. I think I want to go for blue. I don't know how it'll look, but this is the shade Crystal Crush from ColourPop. It's kind of a vibrant pool blue. I'm going to lay this on my whole waterline. Oh yes. That was a good decision. Look at how jewel toned it is now. Just, I like that a lot. What do you think? Do you like that? I like that a lot. I'm gonna go off camera and finish up this look. I'll be right back. I loved this look the first time I did it. Putting blue in the waterline has only made it better. Oh my goodness. I think this is so pretty. This makes my heart happy. Let me tell you how I finished it off. I used this. A friend of mine just sent this to me. Thank you, Deanna. This is the Microtip Liquid Liner from Moira Cosmetics in the shade Black. This is the finest tip I have seen on an eyeliner, which I kind of like. It's almost like a brow, you know, and I didn't have any problem with it. I really like the small fine tip because you can get a really nice precise line. I lined my entire upper lashes and it created the smallest, finest, most precise line. I did a small wing in the outer corner and a small inner wing, and I think it's really good. So thank you, Deanna, for thinking of me and for sending me this. The other liner I was using was from L'Oreal Paris, and I really dislike this. I think it performs beautifully, but when it's time to take it off, it flakes away and it gets stuck on my skin elsewhere, like in my hairline or on my neck or something. Like when I wash my face, it just ends up all over the place and it sticks there. I don't like the way this washes off, so much so that I'm gonna throw this away. Even though it's basically new. I've used it maybe a dozen times total. It works fine, I just don't like the way it comes off. On my face, I put on some bronzer from Tulum palette from BH Cosmetics and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit as a highlighter, and then I have mascara, and that's everything. Oh wait, no, my lips. ColourPop Glowing Lip in the shade Desert Aura. Yes, Desert Aura. This is more the orangey one that I have. I think it's really pretty. I didn't top it with anything else. It's just Desert Aura on top of some chapstick. So here's the finished look. Tell me what you think. This is the look that people have been requesting. I hope you enjoy it. I'm really loving it. I might try to film another video if the children stay sleeping. We'll see. But I think it's beautiful. Thank you so much for being with me here today. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Hope you've enjoyed the look. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more, and stay tuned for more videos this week using the Paletteopoly palette. Have a great day, guys. Bye!